Hey, hi Sudhi, hi Raghavan. Able to see?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute. Hold on, guys. Let me know, guys, if my screen is visible to you.
Yeah, visible.
Okay. So yesterday we were trying to do ECMP, but there was some issue yesterday. So we will do same thing. What is a ECMP? First, we will try to understand how what is a ECMP and how does a ECMP work. Then we'll do a labs for a ECMP, equal cost multipath. Okay. Okay. So now, give me 1 minute. Okay. So what is a ECMP? 1 minute. Okay. So ECMP is called a equal cost multipath. It is like a load balancing in a FortiGate when we have two different routes available in our firewall. So how does the ECMP works? Let us see. Suppose I am having multiple ISPs. ISP1, then I am having ISP2. 1 minute, guys, some issue with my pen. Okay. Assume I am having multiple ISPs. This is ISP1. This is my ISP2. Okay. I am having two ISP connections that is coming to my FortiGate firewall. And this is the second connection. Okay. So these are the two connections coming to our environment. Now whenever I do or I need an internet connection, what we will do, we generally write a default route, right? Like 0.0.0.0/0. This would be pointing towards ISP1, and same thing we will do to second ISP also pointing to ISP2. Now if you compare both of the default routes, the subnet mask is same, the prefix length is same, the destination mask is same. This is a destination and this is a prefix length, right? So both of the destination and prefix length is same, and by default if you don't do any changes in FortiGate, the AD value would also be same, 10, right? So whenever we have a same AD value, same subnet mask and same prefix length, what FortiGate will think, okay, whenever I want to send the particular traffic to any of the destination, I can either send him or I can either send him. I can load balance the traffic both of the ISPs. It is not like I will only send to ISP1 or I will only send to ISP2. Okay. So FortiGate can do a load balancing of our traffic when we have two routes for a same destination. For me now, I am having the same destination. The destination, if you give 0, it is means any destination. If it is not matching any of the traffic on the specific routes, that means any of the destination, this would be traffic is going to particular ISP. Okay. So destination is same any, and the exit interface or next hop can be different. It can be ISP1 or it can be ISP2. Okay. So FortiGate can decide where I need to send the traffic based on the specific scenarios or specific criteria. Okay. So what are the criteria now? Understood what is the equal cost, right? Or
Yeah, understood.
okay. So now there are certain criteria for a equal cost. How does a FortiGate do a load balancing? There is a criteria. Just a minute. Okay. The criteria would be based on the specific requirement how we need to do a load balancing or how a firewall should handle the traffic for for the internet whenever our users are coming. So assume now to a firewall I am having a switch connected and I am having specific users connected. Okay. Now if a user A and user B is going to a internet. Now this particular user is going to internet and this particular user is also going to internet. Now FortiGate need to decide, right, the traffic for this user will go from which ISP and traffic for this user will go from which ISP. So for that we have certain criteria in our FortiGate firewall. So what are the criteria? First thing, source IP based. So the first thing is the load balancing will happen based on the source IP based, that is default. Okay. Then if you don't want a source IP based, the second thing would be weighted. Okay, we'll discuss about weighted in a couple of minutes. Then third thing would be usage. Then fourth thing would be source and destination. Okay. So by default FortiGate will select the load balancing method as a source IP based. So if a traffic for this particular source is going via firewall, suppose he is sending a traffic to FortiGate firewall. FortiGate will check, okay, now source IP assume 192.168.1.100. Okay, now this traffic is going. So FortiGate will think, okay, this is a source. Do I have any existing sessions? If existing session is there, what is the exit interface or what is the ISP I am selecting for this particular existing session? Suppose existing session is going via ISP1, then he will send all the traffic to ISP1 only. If no existing session available, then he will think either of the ISP and send the traffic to either this or this. When he is deciding the exit interface, then he will keep this in a memory of a FortiGate. Then whatever traffic is going, suppose he send the first traffic for Google and that is decided that ISP1 will be taking this traffic. Then suppose you are going to Facebook or you are going to YouTube, wherever you are going from this particular computer, all the traffic for this computer will go from ISP1 only. That is called a source IP based. So one source would be dedicated for one particular ISP or one particular bandwidth or link. Okay. Then second ISP would be going to second ISP. Second user would be going to second ISP. If you have third user, suppose user C, then it may be going to ISP1. Then fourth user, that may be going to ISP2. Like that the traffic would be divided for different user, different ISP. Okay. Is it clear?
First system, like first host, which one ISP it will use, till last it will use the same you're saying.
Correct, correct. Suppose I am the user. 1 minute. What will happen? A user A. User A is going to Google. As of now, he is initiating a traffic first time. Okay. Then FortiGate will decide based on the algorithm, and he will say, okay, you can go from ISP1. Then same user, if he is going to any of the website, if he is going to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, wherever he is going, all his traffic would be going from a same ISP only. Okay, that is called a source based. FortiGate will bind one source to one exit interface or one ISP. Then suppose now user B is going. Okay, then he is going to whatever website, he would be binded with one particular ISP. It can be decided like ISP1 or ISP2, doesn't matter. So suppose user B is binded with ISP2, then all his traffic will go from ISP2 only. Okay. So suppose one user is binded with one ISP, his traffic always go from one particular ISP only. That is called a source binding or source based load balancing. Okay. One source always go from one ISP, second source goes from second ISP, third source again may go from ISP1. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then second thing is weighted based. So in a weighted base, what happens? We manually configure one particular ISP or one particular link as a percentage of traffic he can handle. Okay. Suppose I gave this particular ISP to handle 80% of traffic and this particular ISP 20% of traffic. Then within my LAN, if anyone is initiating an internet traffic, all the 80% traffic would be handled by ISP1, or the FortiGate will send all the 80% traffic to ISP1 and only 20% traffic would be sent to ISP2. Okay, clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then third thing would be usage based. So usage based generally means how much link I can totally used. You will be giving the threshold. Threshold means suppose your link is 100 Mbps. You will say okay, until 70% is this link used, send all the traffic to this particular ISP. Then if 70% or 80% used, then send the traffic to another ISP. That is called a usage based. FortiGate will check how much traffic, how much your link utilized, then it will send to another ISP. Okay. Then fourth thing we call it as a source and destination based. In a source and destination, what will happen now? Traffic in a source based. This was generally source based, right? FortiGate will just check the source IP. But now another thing is source as well as destination IP tracking. So what will happen? A user A initiated traffic to Google. That will be going to ISP1. Then same user initiated traffic from Facebook. Okay, that will be going from ISP2. Like that, same source, different destinations would be going from different ISPs. Okay, that is called a source and destination based load balancing. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let us
One doubt I have,
uh,
like in our environment, they created a SD-WAN and they created traffic shaping and QoS, like more than 65 traffic should go on WAN 1 and Azure traffic should go on WAN 2. Like that they have
that is
created.
SD-WAN traffic shaping, or SD-WAN will decide where to get traffic.
This
Application
is
aware routing.
different. That is okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that is different. This is different. Okay, so now let us see. So let us come again. If you see, first is source IP based means FortiGate will one particular source IP to pick the interface. All traffic for the same client will continuously go from the same path. That means if your ISP one particular source is decided for ISP1, it would be going from ISP1 only. Okay. Then we have a weighted based, which means we'll distribute sessions according to the predefined weight. Okay. For each interface. Suppose I have given ISP1 as a 80%. If our port 1 has a 80 and a port 2 has a 20, then 80% traffic goes from port 1 and 20% would be going to port number 2. That means a weighted based. Then third one would be having a usage based or a split over. So the traffic is sent to the first interface until it reaches a specific bandwidth threshold. That means suppose I am having a 100 Mbps link and I will say FortiGate that out of 100 Mbps, if the traffic is currently used 70 Mbps, then you go to another ISP. Okay, that is called a usage based. Then fourth thing, we are having a source and destination IP based, which means FortiGate will check both source IP and destination IP before sending traffic out to any of the ISP. Okay, and remember this ECMP only works for connections like TCP connections. It will not work for ICMP traffic. Okay, if you are thinking a traffic should be load balanced for ICMP also, like ICMP traffic, it would be not load balancing ICMP traffic ever. Okay, clear? ICMP traffic will never
No,
be getting load balanced. Only TCP connections will get a load balancing of traffic when we
like
have a
if ISP1 goes down, it automatically shift to ISP2. Right?
automatically it should shift to ISP2. For that we need to do link monitoring. We'll come to that. Okay, yeah. So suppose now the scenario what will happen in FortiGate. Now I am having a firewall ISP1, ISP2. So traffic is coming or a link is coming from both the ISPs, right? Now if I write a default route into FortiGate /0 and any of the scenario only this port goes down, then this particular traffic or this particular route would be removed from routing table. But assume something happened, the ISP is connected to another ISP, right? Another routers. Now if something happened on this side, ISP or our firewall will not be aware. He is always sending a traffic to them only or ISP1. So now for this we need to do a link monitoring. We will come to that particular part in couple of minutes. Don't worry. Okay, how to do link monitoring, and that is called generally in Cisco you call that a IP SLA. Okay, so in FortiGate we call this a link monitoring. Automatically failover switchover will not happen. We just need to do link monitoring, then the automatic switchover will happen. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, so now let us see. We'll go to our labs. So let me power on everything. Set up all nodes. Start all nodes. There would be minor changes we need to do now with this lab. You see, for ISP2 there is no connectivity, right? For ISP2 as of now we don't have any connectivity, so we need to connect ISP2 cable also for the load balancing method, because basically we need two ISPs for a load balancing, right? Let us connect this also, port number 3. Okay, then I will say this 101.1.1.0/30. Okay, done. Let us wait for a couple of minutes for devices to come up. First thing, let us check if our ISP routers are configured correctly and getting internet. Show IP interface brief. Okay, show IP route. I am having show running config include NAT. Okay, everything is there. Show IP interface brief again. Then I will say ping 8 dot then source IP would be 192.168.100.201. Why it is saying 192.168.100. Oh, sorry, 100.1.1.2. As of now we are not getting the internet. Let us see. Show running config interface Ethernet 0/1, IPNet inside 0/0, IPNet outside. Show IP access list 100.1.1.0. Okay, then we should get ping 8.8.8.8. I am getting, so I should get the internet now. Okay, ISP1 is configured correctly. We will configure ISP2 also, then we'll see. Show IP interface brief, config interface Ethernet 0/1 IP address 101.1.1.2 0. Sorry, 255 dot I will give 252. Okay. Then no shutdown. Then this should be IP NAT inside. Then another thing would be interface Ethernet 0/0 IP NAT outside. Okay. Why we are doing a NAT? So when the traffic is coming from our any of the users or any firewall and all, we should NAT from this particular exit interface. So we should get a return traffic. Okay. Our particular lab is connected to outside wall, right? And we don't have any public IPs and all. We are using all private IPs. So lab is connected to my home router. So I am doing a NAT on this particular router. So when the traffic is going, it should go via my home network. Okay. So that is okay. Exit. I will create one access list, IP access list 1 standard 1. Then permit 101.1.1.0 0.0.0.3. Then IP NAT inside source list 1 interface Ethernet 0/0 overload. Okay. Show IP route ping. Let us wait. Not getting. Let us wait. Okay. Now ping 8.8.8 source 101.1.1.2. Okay. Both the ISPs are configured correctly now. Let us open a firewall. I'll open a management PC. Okay. ECMP lab. So what you need to do in a lab also, I have given like add a specific ISP and all. Then this is the default. ECMP can be performed in multiple ways. This is a default. Source IP based would be a default. Okay. Then you can change from source IP based to specific whatever you want. How we can do, we will come to that in couple of minutes. So first in a FortiGate we need to configure ISP2. We have ISP1 configured, ISP2 we have newly created, right? So let us configure that also. We'll go to network interfaces. WAN 1 is configured, WAN 2 is not configured. We'll configure that. We'll select this as a WAN link 101.1.1.1/30. Enable a ping. Now let me open a firewall CLI. We'll see. Get the router info, routing table all. As of now I am having one default route, right? So traffic is going from ISP1 only. Okay. So now let me write another default route also. I'll go to static routes. Say create this. And for me 192, sorry, 101.1.1.2. it will automatically select WAN 1, and we will not change any AD value and all. As soon as I write another route, how many default routes I should have for a ECMP, let us see. Now if you see, same destination, same AD value, but it may go from port number 4 or it may go from port number 3 also. Okay, so it can go from ISP1 or it can go from ISP2 for any of the traffic. Is it clear? Whenever you want to check if traffic is getting load balanced or ECMP is working, you first need to check if you have a default route towards both of the ISPs. Okay, now we have default route towards both of the ISPs. Second thing, I need to check a policy route, right? Policy table or our security policy available or not. So for us, as of now, security policy from LAN to WAN 4 is available. Here I need to add one other thing. I will text from my PC also, right? So I need to add the source as my PC also, which is management PC. I have configured, I have not configured. So let us configure management PC VLAN 1. VLAN 1 192.168.100.0/24. Okay, done. Now I am having all the PCs. Just ipconfig /all. Do I have okay? So now let us see how does the load balancing happening. Config system settings. You can see, or else show system settings. Config system settings. If you click on show, here we should see something called set v4 ECMP mode. As of now, default mode is source IP based. Okay, so the traffic for different source should be going from different ISP as per our agenda. Okay, so now let me do one thing. I should add another ISP here, or another user actually, Windows 7, but that will, for 2 users it will be not taking us. Okay, we'll check say 4 GB RAM. Okay, done. For now, let us see if I initiate ping from this particular user. 192.168. Sorry, will ping directly Google. Okay, we are getting internet. We'll see traffic is going from which ISP. Then let me check this particular user IP 192.168.10.100/24 192.168.10. IP 192.168.20.100/24 192.168.20.1. Ping 8.8.8.8. Okay, 10.1 we are getting destination host unreachable. Okay, on this particular we don't have a default route. Show IP route on our switch. Config T IP route 0000 192.168.100.1. Okay, now I am getting the traffic internet VPC 20 also ping. Let us see in a firewall logs where does the traffic going. Generally it should be going from ISP1 only. We don't have ISP2 also either. Let us create a security policy for ISP2 also. But as of now we are doing a ping test only, right? So ping test always go from ISP1 only. It will be not load balanced traffic. Traffic load balancing, as I told you, only happens for TCP connections, not for our ping and all. Destination would be all, service would be all. Okay, done. If you see, for now, 1 minute, we'll do one thing here. The name is WAN1. Okay, so we can check in our logs easily what is the name, where it is going. Then, oh sorry, this is WAN2. Then I will change the name of first policy as a WAN1. Okay, done. Let us go to logs and reports. Forward traffic. Here I don't see exit interface, so I need to select the exit interface from my settings. So I will say destination interface. So that means from where the traffic is going, and I don't want all these things. I only want like source IP, destination IP, application I don't want, result is okay, policy is okay. Done. Only basic things I want. So as of now, if you see, all the traffic is going from destination WAN 4 only. There is no WAN 3 at all, because all the traffic initiated was only ICMP as per now. So we'll open another user, we'll see what will happen. Restart later. Let me give IP address to this. One 192.168.100.102. 192.168.100.1.8. Okay, done. Okay, close. Now we'll go to internet. We'll see. Usually for a ECMP to test on your lab, you must have enough traffic to be generated, because one or two sessions FortiGate cannot check ECMP properly. Okay, we'll see what will happen. So now for me, I will say I want to go to google.com. Okay, go to Google. I will say I want to go to facebook.com. Let us see what will happen. I will say YouTube also. The site cannot be reached. Is it 1 minute? Hold on. LAN switch. Show running config interface Ethernet 1/0. Show VLAN brief. Show IP interface brief. Config T interface Ethernet 1/0. Switch port access VLAN 1. Okay. We'll see again. Let me try to initiate a ping. Okay. Okay, now we are getting a ping response. It was in different VLAN previously. So okay. So we have initiated three things. From my PC also I will try to initiate traffic. Let it be extended. I will say Instagram. Then I will say if I want to go to youtube.com. Again I will say I want to go to google.com. At the same time I will say I want to go to facebook.com. Okay, we have initiated 4 sessions from PC1, 4 sessions from PC2. Now we'll go to firewall. Let me filter. I will filter with a specific source. I will say source is 10.100. Then for 10.100, where the traffic is going, let us see. For 10.100, if the traffic is wherever the destination, always going from WAN 1. Policy ID is WAN 1, right? If you see for him, all the traffic is going from WAN 1 only. Okay. Now let me filter another source also. If all is going from WAN 1, WAN 1, WAN 1. Let me again refresh couple of minutes. This is one particular source should go from one particular ISP, right? Have we pinged the stop? Okay. This is DNS traffic. Okay. We'll say if the destination is 443 because DNS usually goes from this only. So I will say destination port. Destination port is 443. Okay. Usually our web traffic would be 443, right? But as of now I don't see anything. Destination port. This is what traffic. This is DNS traffic generally. DNS. Hold on. Let me select different destination. It is as of now going to 8.8 only. We are not seeing any other traffic generated. Let us see. Okay, but it is going to WAN 1. I will go to ISP2 now, or sorry, user 2 now. I will say source IP. That should be for 100.102. Then we'll see. Okay. If it is going for 8.8, it is going from WAN 2. It is going for any other thing, it is going from WAN 2. Right? Now, okay. For a 102, all the traffic is going from our WAN number 2. But from 101 or 100, all the traffic is going from ISP 1, right? Again, I will select a source 192.168.10.100. Okay. If you see whether it is going to this particular thing, WAN 1, it is going to any of the things, it is going from WAN 1 only. Now, this is because what is the default mode of our FortiGate firewall? Sorry, this is not my firewall. Stop ping. We don't need this test PCs anymore. We will test from Windows PC only. Okay. So as of now, traffic is getting load balanced based on source IPs, right? If you see, default v4 ECMP mode is source IP based. So one particular user is going from ISP2 and one particular user is going from ISP1, correct? Now what I want, I don't want a source IP based, I want a session based. So this particular traffic, if he is going to different website, okay, 1 minute, assume now this user is going to any other website like Google, okay, 1 minute, this pen is having some issue today, don't know. Okay. Suppose this is going to Google, then his traffic should go from ISP1. Okay, like that we will see. And if second user is going, his traffic should go from another ISP. And different websites should take different ISP also. For that, we need to change first our load balancing method. So that can be changed from our CLI only. We cannot do it from GUI. Config system settings. Sorry. And config system settings, set the v4 ECMP mode, and we have 4 modes available. As of now, source IP based is running, so select next hop based on the source IP. We don't want this destination IP based. Select next hop based on source and destination IP. So we'll say source and destination IP based. Okay, then end. For now, we need to first clear all the sessions. So I will say I will remove this, and from another ISP, another user also, I will close all the sessions. Okay. Then I need to delete the sessions also. I will go to dashboard. There would be sessions available in the FortiGate, so it may be going from same session. So I first need to clear the sessions, right? End all the sessions. Okay, done. Sessions has been cleared, removed. I'll go to incognito mode now. So tell me one website. Okay, we'll go to same website, facebook.com. Then I will say another website. This time I'll go to microsoft.com, cisco.com, and one more, FortiGate.com. Okay, these are the 4 websites. We went from a user 1 or support.fortinet.com. We'll see. Now for a user 1, we'll try to do a logs checking where the traffic is going. Now the traffic should load balance between both the ISPs for one particular user also, right? Now let us see. Okay. Now if you see, if a traffic is going for this particular thing, it is going from WAN 2. If a traffic is going from another destination, it is going from WAN 1, right? If you see, 1 minute, let me do this thing. Okay. What we are able to observe, same source, it is going to different destination. It is taking different exit interface, right? For this destination, it took WAN 1 as a exit interface. For another destination, it took WAN 2, right? So that would be usually happening for different destinations. Different ISP would be taking when we have a source and destination based load balancing. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah, clear. What about from internet to user? How it is?
Sorry.
Data. The scenario is like from user to internet. WAN, you are saying like it is a low ICMP is happening. What about from internet to user? The request that.
Internet to user.
Yes.
No, wherever whenever the traffic is going out of your firewall, right? The firewall will keep
Yes.
the session, right? So return traffic will match this particular port only. Yeah. You would be having like sessions created in a firewall when the traffic is going out, right? So that
Yes.
would be allowed by default. You don't need to worry about that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the problem is if this ISP goes down. Now let us see what will happen in a FortiGate firewall. Get the router info, routing table all. Now I am having two particular ports, right? Or two routes towards ISPs. Now from ISP1, suppose I find ISP1. If this link goes down, Ethernet 0/0, what will happen? Interface Ethernet 0/0. I say shutdown. Okay. Still in a firewall, I would be having a route towards both the ISPs. Okay. And some users will not get the internet now. So now let us see. Some sessions would be getting lagged now. Microsoft.com, it is saying what can't reach this page. Cisco.com, it is saying can't reach this page. Fortinet.com, it should be working. Couple of sessions will work, couple of sessions will not work now because ISP1 is down now, right? A user traffic should be shifted automatically to ISP2 in our scenario, right? But it is not happening now. If I try to ping the internet, what will happen? Let us see. It is also not working for us. From another user, it should be working sometimes. Let us see. Sometimes we'll get destination host unreachable. Ping 8.8.8.8 -t 100.1.1.2 destination host unreachable we are getting. So traffic is going from a specific ISP, right? Now let me check here facebook.com, youtube.com. We are getting internet issues now in our environment, right? Some settings, some particular pages are going forward, but sometimes it is not going at all. Now if I say another thing like AnyDisk, so now we are having total internet issues in our environment. Why? Because ISP is down, but we are having the link or the routing table to both the ISP. Just a minute. So what we are going to do, let us see. We'll say to this firewall, if any of the if traffic is going from this and we are not able to reach specific destination, assume I will say if I am not able to reach 8.8.8.8, okay, then you should disconnect this particular route, or this particular default route should be removed from your routing table, okay. And if you are able to reach this particular destination, then let the route be available. If not able to reach, then remove the route from your routing table. We'll settle to this particular firewall, okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so now let us see how we will do this link monitoring. So we'll go to the link monitoring can be configured from CLI only. Config system link monitor. Okay, then edit. We need to give name. I will say WAN1. Okay, then what is the source interface? Source interface for us would be port number 4. Right, we are doing a link monitoring for port ISP1 port number 4. Then we need to say destination IP or server IP, which means our destination IP. So for now I will monitor 8.8.8.8. Then what the default protocol is ping, so let it be. Then we need to say what is our gateway IP, 100.1.1.2. okay. Then what is a failover timer and how much interval you need to check. So default interval would be like 500 seconds that is 500 what we say microseconds. Then okay, I will not say 500, I will say 1000. Okay, then fail time, if you don't get a reply in a specific the fail is for like 5 times it is failed. Firewall will try to ping 8.8.8 5 times, and 5 times you don't get a reply, then what the action should be taken. So now we will say update static route enable. That means your static route would be removed from your firewall if you don't get a 5 replies from your 8.8.8. okay, that is done for ISP2 now. So now let us see, get the router info, routing table all. Now as of now we have this. We'll wait. Now we have removed, right? Another ISP route would be removed. Now we will check again internet. Now we got a internet back. This is also working. This is also working. Now if I enable ISP2 now link, what will happen? No shutdown. Still I should get a internet, and again the route should be coming back to firewall. Okay, in couple of minutes. Let us wait. Now we got a route back to our firewall, right? So automatically route would be removed if your ISP goes down or any issues happen in your ISP side. Then if the ISP comes back again or normal working, then automatically your route would be coming back. Okay, now we have only configured for ISP1. You need to configure for ISP2 also, same thing, whatever we did for ISP1. Okay, then you need to test in your lab environment. You can shut down ISP2 link, this particular link, then try to do things, then you will get to know how the things are working. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so any questions, let me know.